This course doesn't deal alone with history or only relates to history students, but is to be taught to all persons who are aiming to enter the universities. And therefore, it's very important for us to understand what is afoot here. In the document of which I was speaking, there is no particular explanation of what a knowledge system means. One knows knowledge, one knows forms of knowledge, but what is a knowledge system? We are just told that it is an Indian invention. And for this we have to go not to recent times, not to knowledge as it has now expanded, not to understand the systematization of knowledge now that has taken place, to ancient texts whose authors apparently were far more knowledgeable than current scientists and scholars. And these texts, moreover, are all Brahmanical texts from the Vedas onwards. Apparently, they were all conscious of this knowledge system, although actually the document doesn't explain whatever the knowledge system is or has to be. Is it to be based on reason? Is it to be based on observation, knowledge? How far it has to be objective?
क्या हुआ है सुनो कुछ नहीं सुनना जरा है रिकनेक्ट कर लो भाई हेलो हेलो हाँ 1 मिनट बात करते देखिए हेलो राइट बाय
नहीं आ रहा
प्रॉब्लम अभी हो रही है तो एक ये भी नहीं कि वो एससी करा और अगर वो नहीं तो हम पहले क्लास स्टाफ पर करा के फिर आराम से Yeah.
यहाँ तो नहीं आ रहा है। Yes, I'm sorry about the break because of some fault here. I was saying that in this document, official document, the two main texts from which one could learn about the Indian knowledge system are the Manusmriti and Kautilya Arthashastra. I think the draftsmen were not sure about which text came first, but at least one thing is common between Kautilya's Arthashastra and Manusmriti, and that is that the entire society is seen as constructed of castes, and every crime and punishment is viewed through caste classes. That is to say, punishment for the same crime would be different for the different varnas, and of course, as those or for communities outside the varna system, the untouchables, there's a whole list of them in the Manusmriti, and all kinds of hardships are inflicted on them. So one doesn't know what the purpose is for teaching everyone in India the main principles of Kautilya's Arthashastra and the Manusmriti. And even the choice is surprising, because well preceding Manusmriti and well preceding Kautilya Arthashastra, there are the dialogues of Gautama Buddha. And one could have picked from them, but the choice is totally restricted to these two texts, which are then to be taught to every student. Now you remember that there was indeed a movement against the Manusmriti. How far guided on the part of the Dalit movement, and it is therefore particularly surprising that this text should be put forward as a major representative of the Indian knowledge system. We are therefore going into enter a period where the caste system would be regarded as a major institution of social organization. If these two texts are to become the basis of our understanding, our young people's understanding of what is called the Indian knowledge system. Now, it is on the one hand, you have the promotion of ancient notions, ancient beliefs. Some of such beliefs have no place in modern, the system of modern ideas, rational ideas. They are going to be propagated among all our students of whatever region, who seek to enter universities. And this, of course, is not only misrepresentation of Indian philosophy, but also a total misrepresentation of Indian history. And as I've said, the movement like Buddhism has been totally left out of what is described as the Indian knowledge system. Now, coming down to the kind of history they will be teaching, we have here the benefit of the UGC syllabus for BA courses. I will not enter into detail because already much time has passed. because of the break in our connection. But the University Grants Commission syllabus for history, particularly Indian history, is so manifestly defective and inaccurate that it calls for attention from the Indian History Congress. And also, of course, we are having a discussion on it in our society's meeting presently. In this syllabus, omitting many inaccuracies, some basic prejudices are obvious. First, the racial prejudice. The syllabus for ancient India contains these words that we are Aryans. There is a myth of Aryan invasion. India is the home of the Aryans. That is to say, we peopled the whole world with Aryans. And it seems as if they are like Nazis. They see some racial benefit or racial superiority in being Aryan. I mean, the words are almost seemingly taken from the Nazis, because it was the Nazis who took the word Aryan from India and also swastika from India and from their slogan, symbol. And they had the same kind of racial doctrines that Germans were the original Aryans. And now we are saying that we Indians are the original Aryans. It must be marked that there is no place for Dravidians here. Throughout their syllabus, there is a very anxiety to keep Dravidians out of the Indus civilization, which naturally becomes Sindhu Saraswati civilization. By just change of nomenclature, they want to have an Aryan conquest of the Indian civilization, so to speak, Indus civilization, so to speak. Then you come to the rest of the ancient Indian syllabus. There's just Ashoka's name is there. The coming of writing is deemed to be of no importance. It's not even mentioned. Caste system doesn't seem to have existed in ancient India because it is not even mentioned. In fact, caste system is in this syllabus put under medieval India, as if by the coming of Muslims, Hindus had to protect themselves by building a caste system. So seemingly, perhaps this is the notion, because the first reference to the caste system comes under medieval India, and not only under medieval India, but from 1200 onwards. It doesn't come under the pre-1200 period, for which they devote a whole paper. From 600 to 1200, a whole paper would be devoted to that. And that is, and there the major concern is origin of the Rajputs. So as far as ancient Indian history is concerned, although it seems to be to devote a large amount of attention to it, historicity is totally missing in this. And as I say, organization of society is not also mentioned, because if you mention it, there is a danger that caste system might be taught there, and then you would have said that caste system existed in ancient India. When you come to medieval India, first of all, the whole device is to divert attention away from the period 1200 to 1700, which of course is regarded by the BJP as the period of foreign rule. 1000 years of slavery is their common slogan. And in this period, hardly anything is mentioned about culture. It's all political history. Kabir is not mentioned. Kabir is not there. And Akbar is, of course, omitted at all. It seems that Akbar didn't exist. Hindu Padshahi is now transferred from 18th century, when under the second Peshwa there was a momentary invocation of it. That is now transferred to the period of Aurangzeb, as if Shivaji had raised the slogan of Hindu Padshahi, which he never did. So there is also quite a bit of invention of history. Then when you come to the to society, already the two nation theory is there, because society is considered under two rubrics. First, Hindu society, and second, Muslim society. And as I've said, for the first time, the caste is mentioned under both Muslim and Hindu society, so that it should be clear to people that it was the Muslims who brought in the caste system into India. As far as post-Mughal India is concerned, the British conquest of India is not really discussed. It is whole divided up into various states, so that you should not, students should not get the impression, for example, that Mysore put up a very stout resistance to the British. So it is coupled with Hyderabad and Mysore, so that Tipu Sultan is out of the way, so to speak, as far as resistance to Britain was concerned. The stupidities are so many that actually it will take much greater time for me to go into it. For example, in bibliography, I was very glad to see that Professor Bipen Chandra's 2 edited volumes on the national movement in India since independence are included. But they are included because the chap who was drafting the bibliographies thought these are written by Bipin Chandra Pal. So it is not Bipin Chandra, but Bipin Chandra Pal that is said to be the author of these two histories, even the history of India since 1947. So this is the kind of illiteracy that has gone into the making of the UGC syllabus for Indian. They are more concerned with the Hindutva theories about Indian history than about any accuracy or about any aim at covering, giving a comprehensive picture of Indian history. I'm very happy, therefore, that historians of such stature and status have come to our seminar and will be speaking at it. I've already taken so much time, partly because of the break in our connection. I'm very sorry that I am not able to be with you because of infirmities of age, but I'm very grateful for this opportunity to put forward some of my impressions about what the projected vision of history is under the national education, so-called national education policy. Thank you very much.